Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome to the first of our projects in our series from What Did I Get for £25 from Oliver Bonas. Now, as I said in my review, you don't have to use the Oliver Bonas if you haven't got one near you. You can use, this is wrapping paper and greeting cards, so you can use any items that you happen to have. So I'm going to cover a very boring book. This is just a notebook. And I've already done the back, and I've used one of these lovely papers, and I'm going to flip it over to the front just to show you what a boring book it was. And on the front I've already put some strips of double-sided tape. Now I'm using double-sided tape. Now if you've done what I've just done, made it too long, just turn it over, just flip it back. The reason I've used double-sided tape, because this is a hard-bound book and sometimes glue doesn't always stick. So if you use a strong double-sided tape, you don't have to use your red liner tape, but of course you can if you want to. But any good quality double-sided tape will do. And we've taken the tape, or the backing tape off. Now I'm going to show you, a tip for getting the size right. If you try and measure it or cut round it, there's a chance you're going to miss a bit. So I've cut my paper bigger than I need. And what we're going to do, we're going to lay it down so that it covers the book, and we're going to give it a good press so that it's nice and flat, and press it into the tape. Then what we do, grab a pair of scissors, or you can use a craft knife if you want to. I'm going to use scissors because they're what's on my desk. I'm going to turn it over, and we're going to angle our scissors like that, and we're going to, on the back, on the wrong side, we're going to cut so that that is flush. If you do it like that, it'll make your cuts or your paper flush to the book. So I'll show you again. We'll go all the way around. Now there's a pen loop there on this particular book, so I'll try not to chop that off, but if I do, I do. But what I will try not to do is cut that tag off. It's got a, I suppose you call it a bookmark tag. So we'll try not to cut that off. We'll go underneath it. So, but again, if we do, we do. I can always add another one later. But I think we got away with it. So we'll do this and just cut that off, and it gives you a nice, neat finish, like that. So when you turn it over, let me just get rid of some of this rubbish. I've got a bin just behind me. So now we're going to have some real fun. So that looks a lot prettier than just the black. Now the inside is white. This is just a plain, this is actually a watercolour block. It's for doing watercolour sketches. But you can use it for writing in, you can use it for drawing, for doodling, for anything you like. So we're going to put that down. Now that doesn't matter too much about that, because not only are we going to cover the main part, we're going to cover the spine, then we're going to use that wonderful sequin tiger that I showed you in the reveal video. So that he'll be making an appearance very shortly. Now, I have got some more of the paper. I've got this paper here, which I'm going to use for the spine. Now what I'm going to do this time is, oops, it's a good idea if you put the glue stick up. I'm going to use a glue stick this time because we're doing paper to paper. So you don't need anything particularly strong. So, but I am going to give it a good coating like that. Again, I've cut it longer than the length of the book, and that's just to make it easier. So we're going to line that up like that, put it over the edge. This is the best edge. This was the straight edge of the paper. Now as this is the front of the book, I wanted that lovely straight edge there, like that, on the front, showing on the front. And then all we're going to do, we're going to flip it over. And well, before we do anything else, what we're going to do, because I don't want glue on my scissors. So once we've stuck the front part down, what we do, we take our scissors and we just chop off the ends, the excess. So I'll just put that up there and we'll just chop off the ends. Sorry guys, I think I went off camera there slightly, but all I'm doing is chopping off the ends like that. And I think this is going to be bigger. It's going to have a wider gap than the front, but it doesn't really matter. This is the back. No one sees the back. So this is a great book to have on your desk. Yes, it is. It's going to come over quite a long way. It doesn't matter. So we'll cover that. Sometimes the spine on the back is broader anyway. So that's quite nice, actually. I quite like that gap on the back. So I'm not bothered about that. So we're going to pick it up. We could have gone a bit further over. I wonder, it's only glue. I wonder if we can peel that off, because that could have come over a bit further on the front. So while the glue is still wet, so if that does happen, that's no problem. If you use glue, you've got time. So I'm actually rather glad that happened, because I can show you how we can improve it. So I'll just put the glue a bit wider. So I'll have a bit wider spine on the front. Make sure we get it the right way round. So it's that way, and I want it that way round. So if we bring that like that, that might be a bit better. Yes, I think that might be better. So that was fun, wasn't it? So smooth it down, bring it round. Ah, that's better, much better. So any bits that hang over, we won't worry too much. We'll just get that nice and straight, well, straightish. Bring it to the front. And this is the front. So if we just line the front up, what happens on the back doesn't really matter too much. So we're going to line that up. If it's not dead straight, don't worry about it, because I'm certainly not going to. So now we're going to, there's no glue on this bit, by the way, the spine. It's not really necessary. So that's not quite straight, but we can still play about with it. If you really want it straight, you can play about with it. All the time the glue is wet, you've got time to play. So you can reposition it, not play about with it, until you're happy with it. So I'm just going to pull that over. And I'm going to leave that alone now, actually. It'll be fine. We can mess about with it later if we think we need to. But that's fine. That'll do. So now, as promised, I'm going to... What I've done with this, I've cut the bit where it says go wild. I've cut that bit off. But we are going to use it, so don't throw it away. So, but if you haven't got this type of card or this type of embellishment, it doesn't matter. So all we do with this one, if you have got one of these, just peel it off because it's sticky on the back. I might still put some sticky on it anyway. In fact, I probably will. So just peel it off like that. It does reveal a tiger underneath, but I wouldn't try using it because you'll probably peel some of it off like I'm doing. So if you have got one of these, don't try and use the one underneath because it probably won't work. So we can get that off, that's no problem at all. And I am just going to take a bit of my runner tape if I can find it. Okay, can't find it. We'll use glue, that's no problem. So put some glue on the back of this if you've got one of these. This will just help to stick it a bit better, especially if some of the stickies come off on the piece of torn paper. So just do that. And the other thing with glue, of course, it gives you more wiggle room. Gives you more time to get things in place. So I'm going to put that more or less in the centre, and we'll do the magic at the very end of the video. So give it a good press. So give that a few minutes to set, or a few seconds to set anyway. So all we're going to do now is put a bit of embellishment on from the same strip of paper as this one. What I've done is I've cut out a few flowers and I've put some foam tape, or foam pads I beg your pardon, on the back. And I'm going to put one, not right in the corner of the spine, but sort of half on the spine and half on the main pad, or the main front of the book. And I'm going to put another one there, slightly overlapping it. And I'm going to put this little one down the side. So I've cut out one of these little ones, and I am going to just pop that down the side there, which probably will mainly cover the spine. And I'm going to do that in the opposite diagonal corner. And then we're going to do the magic. So I'm going to put that one there. Let me just move my scissors out there. And we've only got two more to do. They've all got foam tape or foam pads on the back. One day I'll get that right. We'll put that there, and that little one, we will take the backing tape off. Doesn't matter if they overlap, in fact it's more effective if they do. You have got a beautiful book front, and then of course what you do, if you have got one of these, you do the magic. You stroke it down. This is my favourite bit. I've saved the best till last. So stroke it down like that all the way. and you have a beautifully bound and covered notebook or painting book or whatever you want to use it for. So there we go, guys. There is our project for today. Oh, one more thing. I did say that we were going to use that Go World. I have got some foam tape on the back of that, and there's not much room, but because we've got that bit, and this bit does drive you wild because it's fun, I'm going to put that in the corner like that. So there you go, guys. That really is it for today. There is our first project. We've taken a very boring notebook. We've used some of the papers. We've used this gorgeous embellishment. We've cut the sentiment off, and we've turned a very boring book into a really great book. So if you want a covered notebook or a pattern notebook, decorated notebook, that's what I think we'll call it. We'll call it a decorated notebook. I like that. And you can keep this on your desk, on your craft desk. You can put notes in it, draw little squiggles in it if you've got some ideas. If you're like me and wake up in the middle of the night and think, oh, I could try that for a project. These are great. And of course, if you've got one of these, you can play with it. So I won't play with it now because I like it like that. So there you go. That's our project for today. I have probably 3 more projects to show you during the over the next week or so. And then I'll be back very soon with another project from what I got from Oliver Bonas. So I hope you've enjoyed this and found it useful, and that you have a go with yourself, whether it's with this particular set or anything that you've got in your stash. Most of us have got wrapping papers. I'm sure some of us have got old greeting cards that thought were good at the time, or you saved some cards that you like the images of that you've been sent. Cut them up, rearrange them onto something else, have fun, and make something beautiful. And I'll see you soon with our second project. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video and you're not yet a subscriber, please do hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you won't miss the rest of this series or indeed anything else that comes up in the future on this channel. So I'll see you soon. And in the meantime, do take care, everybody. Have fun. And as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.